Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for an incredible podcast slash masterclass episode where we're going to talk about how to get paid to speak at the big stages. Today, we're going to open a curtain in a world with so much fluff out there. Have a special guest in today's show that we're going to have an incredible conversation to talk about and open the curtains on the inside secrets that you, my friend, can be able to get paid to speak at the big stages, corporations, industry stages. With no further ado, I want to bring you here to the stage, Mr. Christopher Salem, 24 plus years of speaking on corporate stages around the world. Incredible serial entrepreneur, like myself, a business acceleration and strategist, that we are uniting forces to helping people around the world because we wish that somebody would teach this level of wisdom and strategies at the beginning of our careers. And now we want to bring there to you guys. How you doing, my friend Chris?
Carlos, doing great. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir, man. It's a pleasure having you here, my brother. And let's address the elephant in the room, my brother. And let's start the show with the question that everybody wants to know. And we're gonna go deep here, guys, today. Grab your pen and paper. I often talk about writing is the doing part of thinking. For this next 30 to 40 minutes, we're gonna become tactical. We're gonna operate as we are a Navy SEAL team. And you guys know what I always talk about. Everybody eats. There is no freaking casualties. We all coming home. So grab your pen, grab your paper, shut it down, all distractions, and let's get ready for an incredible episode of the Carlos Inspire Show. My friend Chris, how do we manage to secure so many high-profile paid speaking stages, leaving our audiences wanting more and our clients just very, very happy for the work that we help them accomplish? Let's go straight to it.
Well, Carlos, there's several different factors that go into this process of making that happen. So I'll start with the first one. See, you got to be able to really know that, okay, you know what you do, but you have to be able to take it a step further with what you do in terms of what you speak on, and in this case, what you can do to help that audience do in terms of what they're looking for. You have to have the ability to truly help them see a challenge that could be better, a result or results that they seek and don't have. When you can speak on something to that point and yet really connect the dots and then have a track record of executing on that, that is what's going to lead to getting you more opportunities to speak and getting hired to do coaching, consulting. Maybe you have a product or service and so on. Number two is a lot of people have been led to believe that a speaker one sheet, a speaker reel, having your shingle open, or having a shingle open on Speaker Hub or some other equivalent speaker site is the answer to getting you booked. Perhaps even a speaker bureau. The thing is, you have to understand what you do and how you solve that challenge and the results you could help them get. What industries are those people in? Many people limit themselves to just one silo instead of broadening their horizons to other areas that they can serve. You got to go out and create your luck to find those opportunities. If you are dependent upon resources like a speaker site or your speaker one sheet that's out there somewhere that someone's going to find you and start calling you up on the phone. I'm not saying that can't happen. The chances are most likely that's not the case. You got to go out there and find the opportunities, and you have to know how to find them. Not only know how to find them, who are the decision makers? Who else is involved in the decision? Are you truly aligning your content specifically to that challenge that could be better, to the results they seek that they don't have? Many people just say, hey, here's my talk, and I'm going to cut and paste and apply it to every opportunity that comes my way. Doesn't work that way. You have to be able to really understand what's most important to the meeting planner, event organizer, the event, the other people in the industry that are involved that serve for those associations that are looking for speakers just like you, but to help them connect the dots. This is what's going to get your foot in the door. And I could keep going on this myth or this perceived notion that people are going to get paid to speak just because they want to speak and get paid, and they're just going to get paid right off the bat. I can address that as well, Carlos.
Man, wow. I love what you say there, Chris. And I add something to it, guys, which is when you guys are getting out there, you must to focus on educate to dominate, right? Because your social media, the content that you are putting out, that you are creating, that you are repurposing, I really want you guys to really spend some time in putting some thought before you're releasing any piece of content. Because guess what? Those event planners, the organizers, the decision makers, the CEOs, they're going to handle you big money for you to mentor them, for them to come to your mastermind, for them to come to your retreat. Just think about it. I spoke twice today, had several appointments with clients, and now we are finishing the day here with this incredible live podcast, masterclass for you guys that are watching live. One strategy to get more CEOs, one thing that I always apply, every public company, they have their quarterly meetings. Those CEOs of these companies, they get on these quarterly meetings and they talk about their winnings and their losses, the things that they are going well, the things that are not going well. And guess what, guys? Right when they talk about those pain points, the things that are not going well. Imagine if you became tactical, whether you're working with Chris and myself or not, but if you just became a little bit more tactical on how you strategize to try to approach that company, to work with them, to go in and speak for their company or to do a workshop, if you're listening to the pain points, now you know what is keeping that CEO up at night. He's under tremendous pressure from the board of advisors to do something right now, not in a month, not in a year. He has a massive budget allocated to pay speakers like us, to pay for workshops, to address the point, whatever that topic may be. Leadership, inclusion, diversity, well-being among employees, sales, so many things that we can be tactical about it and go. But you have to understand, think about it. When is the last time that you went to one of these calls, listen, and now if you are messaging, if you are commenting on the CEO's post, if you're engaging with that person or that company, and you bring in those things up, right? He's seeing, wow, this person follows me, taking notes, understand what's happening within my company. You think that you are more likely to connect with that company or less likely? Do you think that you're going to be able to compress the sales cycle from decades to years, years to months, months to weeks, and weeks to days, like many of our clients do? So I wanted to give you guys some context here and give you guys some strategies to open your mind and your ears, because if you speak to the pain point that keeping your ideal clients awakened, whether it's the CEO or the event organizer, you're speaking, right? It's bothering them and you're talking to that. Now you tie that to your market dominating position. Now, what do you think is going to happen when you are out there connecting, submitting your abstracts? It's a whole nother level. So I just wanted to add that to really get you guys to think, to really understand, to call the people that have handled you guys money. Ask them, when did you have us a hello? When did you decide to open your wallet and pay Chris, pay myself to be your mentor, to do a workshop for your company, to speak on your stage, on your mastermind? When is the last time, my friends, listening to us here, that you called any client that handled you cash and you told them, could you pinpoint to me the exact moment that you decided emotionally and financially to order my services, to buy my book, to buy my mastermind, my retreat, to have me come over and do a workshop for your company? Imagine if you can pinpoint it to the millisecond. Whatever they say at that moment, those are your key word patterns that speaks directly to the subconscious mind that can only say yes messages. More on that in a minute. Before I go there, I want to ask Chris another powerful question. Chris, in a world where every speaker strives to be heard, how do we keep our calendars booked solid with clients who don't just pay us, but they pay us what we are truly worth?
Well, that's a great question, Carlos. And again, you got to be proactive. You got to put yourself out there, consistently posting content that speaks to that challenge we talked about on a daily basis. Doesn't mean you say it in the same way. You change it up. You look at different angles. So is the post there that you're sharing on LinkedIn, wherever your audience is, sharing across those platforms in video format, in written content, maybe perhaps in other ways that you can get that across. Could be through podcasts, radio shows, and so on. The thing is that you have to be consistent. Number two, you got to have systems and processes in place. Having people helping you to reach out to people on Sales Navigator and other platforms to book people onto your calendar. That's another way. I'm busy coaching and consulting a lot. I can't be on Sales Navigator all day long. So I have people that work that just like they work it for you and helping to keep our schedules full. I'm speaking on average, and I was talking to a gentleman today when he said, "You speak on average 3 times a week?" And I said, "Yes." He goes, "How do you do that?" It's because I put out a lot of content. I reach out to a lot of people. Again, I'm always putting out abstracts consistently, leveraging my network. And it's just like with anything, certain seeds are going to germinate. And there it is, like today. Today is Wednesday, the 27th. I spoke twice today. I spoke for a company, the University of Wisconsin, presented today on teamwork, which I did for them virtually. And then later, about 4 hours later, I was doing a keynote for a leading chamber of commerce not far from where I live at their leadership summit. There's 2 right there in one day. But the key is that you got to create that. They don't just fall in your lap. And you have to have systems and processes. Having a radio show, podcast, speaking on a continuous basis, or getting up to lead up to that. Posting on social media, leveraging your network through your sphere of influence. And again, using systems and processes to generate leads. That's what's going to keep your schedule to goal full, meaning that you're going to have the time blocked off when you're speaking. You're going to have the time blocked off when you're coaching and consulting. And then the rest of the time, those are people I'm meeting new, getting to know what's important to them, what are their challenges that could be better, what are the results they seek they don't have, and building that rapport to lead to more speaking opportunities and more business.
Wow. Love it. I love it. Guys, just see what Chris just said. Helping them achieving the results that they don't have. I want you guys to think about, Chris just gave you guys a lot of hints here, right? When you're putting your content out there, are you asking yourself, am I speaking to my avatar, to the industry, to the niche that I wanted to educate, to dominate? Am I addressing the problems the things that they don't have right now? Think about it, right? Are you speaking to their subconscious mind? Because the conscious mind can only say yes, no, and maybe, right? When they're watching us, they're judging us, how we look, how we talk, how we sound, how we dress, right? But when you speak to the subconscious mind can only say a powerful 3-word letter, which is yes. Yes to you, yes to Chris, yes to Carlos. So when you understand, when you are tactical of creating your content and putting out there that talks to the subconscious, addresses that pain that not ours, your ideal client is going through, that person is going to be saying yes to you subconsciously. And the more that you keep putting the content in front of that person strategically, and you have the right systems in place that scales, that's how you compress decades into years, years into months, months into weeks, and weeks into days. That's how you start making more in a month than most people make in a year. That's when you see those case studies out there that people putting in social media. So you have to start asking yourself and being that tactical, and that's when you're going to start to advance. You're not just putting content just to put a content. Though, we tend to perceive so much, and perception take most people out of business, right? Think about it. Animals been around for thousands of years before humans, but it took a genius 2,000 years later to invent the torta. the sandwich. Same thing with the flush toilet. That was invented, I believe, is in 1775, but a genius didn't invented the toilet paper until 100 years later. See, when you see something, when you post something, my interest is you. But does it speak to the pain? Does it address the problems that your ideal clients wants to solve right now? They want to handle you the money. They want to handle you the cash. I really want you guys to start thinking so that you can start to learn how to unlearn the crap that has been taught on social media and all the fluff. In order to stand out in this crowd space, you must to know how to create a lure. You must to understand how to become marketable. You must to understand how to go so deep with your clients that you're leaving them wanting more. And speaking of wanting more, Chris, why do we consistently outperform others in our field? Accumulating a wealth of case studies and success stories that most only dream of, Chris. We put everything that we do is PCS, is predictable, is certain, and secure. We document every case study. We document appointments. You guys see me off of, for you guys watching us live over here. I constantly like to put screenshots, calendar full of appointments this week. Chris done 2 stages today. I done 2 stages today. And why is that? That's not a coincidence, right? It's the power of collaboration, mentorship, being around momentum. Understand the tactics. And that's what we are talking about here today. We are being tactical. And Chris, how would you answer that question, my friend? Why?
Well, here's what it comes down to, Carlos. I'm a big believer that you have to think in a certain way, but you also have to be able to be it. You have to be it to become it, to do things differently and have different results. There are a lot of people out there that maybe have that charisma and really good at selling, but that doesn't mean you can deliver and deliver on what you're selling to what that person is buying. I had to become that. So it's not something that just, and I was a salesperson, but you got to become it. You got to learn how to now be able to deliver and capitalize on that knowledge you have. So I had to be it to become it. I had to earn my way to get there. I had to, learn from experience. I had to learn from trials and tribulations, setbacks, and all of the above. But nonetheless, when you could truly say that I understand how to accelerate a business, I truly understand how to, increase revenue or profit in a business through these various ways, and you've demonstrated that, then you have the ability to now share from the heart, from truth, from transparency, honesty, that you can do that versus like selling the sizzle versus delivering the steak. So the thing is, I'm all about delivering a steak. I don't care about selling the sizzle. And a lot of people buy into that. I understand that, and only to learn otherwise later on the back end that wasn't what they were looking for. But a lot of times they go right back to the same thing. They buy the sizzle again. You got to be able to, as a speaker, really speak to the things that you have true experience on, things that you've truly done and learned that you can now apply and share. Those are the things that are going to get you more opportunities and build credibility with people to generate more business from. So if in this case, I never speak on anything I'm not familiar with or I don't have enough experience. I only speak on the things that I truly, truly understand and can deliver on.
Wow, I love that, Chris. And one thing that I love about you is that you always documenting. Every time you are out there, I do that a lot. Another stage, another group, another workshop. And guys, Chris, he is so good at what he does. He's been a professional speaker for 24 plus years, twice as much as I am. So it's over 30 plus years of experience here on this stage. Combined, we have over 1,000 stages in the last 10 years. We share stages so many times. People always came to us, how did you guys get so many stages? Chris has to be, even right now, at this present moment, constantly talking to Oracle, to speaking to the leadership women's group. Done many stages with many of the biggest corporations, as I have, with many Fortune 50 and 100 companies. How do we do it? That is a process. That is the tactics. Those are the things that we are covering here. And I hope you guys are taking notes, because this is so powerful what we are teaching here to you guys. We want you guys to really drill on the pain points that corporations, individuals, the niches that you are solving. Even if you are starting now, if you say, Carlos, I'm starting now, I'm new, I'm broke. Okay, you have one thing that you could apply right now. I want you to think about this powerful word, home court advantage. When is the last time that you visit a few local businesses in your area and you ask them, what are you struggling with? What do you need help with? What is it keeping you up at night? You're already visiting these businesses for years, right? Whether it's you're going there to get your suit clean, or you're going there to get your pizza, your tacos, your Chinese chow mein, whatever it is. Having a conversation with those businesses, asking them about their pains, what is keeping them up at night? If you have the superpowers, offer to solve it. Give them so much value and tell them, if I can help you, go above and beyond a certain number. I want to get a piece of those revenues. See, guys, it's about being tactical and strategic. It's about over-delivering, becoming a person of value, not just on social media, but in your local community. You have your local home court advantage. You have your local chamber of commerces, local nonprofits. Did you guys know that nonprofits, they do a meeting once a week, if not every other week or once a month, and there are millions of nonprofits just in USA alone. Did you know that corporations and network marketing companies, they are constantly bringing speakers, and they never bring the same speaker. They have to rotate us all every couple of years. Do you know that the opportunity for you right now is more than ever? Once you understand and you are following exactly what we are teaching, you're putting content that educates to dominate. You're addressing those pain points. You're going deep into the subconscious mind. You understand how to fill it up, a abstract, a speaker form that's synthetic to that. Ain't no GPT that's going to help you. You see, guys, this is the problem with AI and technology. If you do what everybody else is doing, you will get the result what everybody else is getting. Say it again, Brother Carlos. No, I'm not going to say it, but you get the point. You got to stop being like everybody else. You got to be different. You must do what others don't do, can't do, and will not think of doing. Hey, Chris, what is something that you wish that you knew at the beginning of your speaking career that you know now, that you would teach your son, a loved one, somebody that's struggling? All the single moms that come to us, we have a lot of people that come to us for help. They cannot afford. We teach them. They refer us clients, and they earn their way into our mentorship. Because as you and I know, I think for me, is mentorship is something that I wish that I found a way early on in my career to save all those years of stress and lack and poverty and all the negativity that comes. I wish I would have came to somebody like myself, like you, like others, and be like, hey, I cannot afford you, but what can I do, right? Let me refer you some clients. Let me come into your event and just check in the people, or organize the chairs, be a person of value. So for me, it's mentorship, Chris. I wish I really would get in the world of the people, ask them, how can I help them? Not trying to take something from them, right? Being that person. What is that? What is it for you, Chris? Something that you wish that you have done, brother, at the beginning of your career?
Well, I could tell you when I started doing this back around 2000, Carlos, again, right, year 2000, I had already been in sales. I've been in sales for most of my career, either selling or running sales teams, companies, and so on. And when I got into speaking, I really wanted to help people. It was a way for me to create impact, create value, and I love doing it. It's just something that came naturally to me, and I enjoy doing it. Now, one of the things I didn't realize is that when I was giving that value and I was creating impact, I was so caught up in the traditional ways of selling, through, networking, getting referrals, and making cold calls. Back in that day, we didn't have all these tools and resources like we do have today. I had to go out and do it the hard way and go out and hunt. But with that being said, I missed out early on that by creating that impact, I could actually enroll and sell more people. And the thing is, I didn't pitch. I didn't have to pitch. And all these years, I don't pitch. I just use neurologistic programming or neuroscience, where I get to the root cause of the challenge that could be better. I share what could be some potential results that they don't have. I get to what's really important to them, where I'm planting that seed subconsciously. I disguise the impact in my questions to them when I get the engagement from them back. Had I known that when I was doing that, that I can now turn that into even more sales, and I can see that as a great lead gen source, which I didn't see it at the time for the first, I don't know, 7 years, it would have been a game changer for me. But it wasn't. I caught on to it a little later than I anticipated. So that's what I would have told my early self when I was first starting out. This is the best way to generate leads and sales in any business or any cause or anything that you're looking to do. Nothing gives you the opportunity to speak one to many in a short period of time. And I'll prove a point. One of our clients that went through the program almost 9 months ago, recently spoke at a conference. Now, he had an established business. And in this established business, he was doing about maybe a few $1,000,000 in organizational and executive development around certain industries. From that one conference, he generated like 6 leads, and one of them became a client for a $120,000 consulting project.
Wow.
From one speaking engagement, 1 hour, $120,000. You share with me how common that is in other types of platforms in 1 hour.
Yes, man, I love them. And I love when we get texts from our clients or emails from them, and they are sharing their numbers, single moms that were struggling to sell $100 an hour, their mentorship, mindset, health coaching, and now just getting one stage, guys, even if it's one stage a month. And let's say if you're a program,
and everything is relative, Carlos. People that are just starting out that don't have an established business, not doing maybe more than 100,000 a year. I don't want to create this illusion that that's what's getting, you're going to make 120,000. It's that you got to start somewhere, and maybe you work up to that where you build that credibility and you build a business where now you can charge rates that organizations and business leaders will pay you for. Or if you're in a business where that's not going to be your area and your price points are going to be nowhere near like that, okay, it is what it is, and you got to work with what it is. Yeah. So, but again, either way, everything is relevant or relative. So you work with what in the scope of what you're good at, and you generate the revenue that's required from.
And I love that you say that, because a lot of people out there, they selling the sizzle and the dream, but they don't talk about what it takes to get
no,
there.
It's
right?
not. There's no such thing, Carlos. It's a process.
And I love that when you learn and you apply the strategies that we teach. Think about it. Once you understand how to fill it up, those abstracts, what you say, how to say it, once you get the sources, where we give you the sources, we point it to you, and you start understanding that. Imagine what happens even if you just get one stage a month, the next 2 months. And let's say if your product is $3,000, even if you get 3 people coming to you as a beginning speaker, you're not going to get the big money, the 100K, 200K from the stage. No, you're going to start like everybody else, 3K, 4K, 5K. But even though if it's just 3,000 from one stage, even though you cannot pitch from that stage, because if you do, you become blacklisted. And imagine if you spoke for an industry stage that your ideal avatar is sitting there, CEOs making 6 figures, people that can afford your 3K, 5K, 10K program. Let's say if you got paid 3,000 to speak at that stage in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And out of that one stage, 3 people came to you. Do the numbers. You easily could make 10K in that particular event. What if you do that once a month? One stage per month. You see, guys, it's about ending the fluff. It's about putting things out there that's doable, and it takes work. Just like Chris and I are discussing here, right? It's getting in the game, understanding, having that foundation so strong from your website, your LinkedIn, your banners, your profiles, your keywords. If I handle your stage, if I refer your stage, the event organizer is going to have you fill it out a form. What is your topics? What is 3 takeaways that the audience is going to get from listening to you? You see, there are tactics to those elements that once you master them, whether you learn them from Chris and myself or somebody else, pick and choose somebody that have the tracking record. That's what I wish I have done it before. And what I would do, since we are almost at the end of this Incredible. Have one last question for you, Chris. It's a powerful question that I ask for every guest that comes through this incredible podcast that we have over 5 years now. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. So this is the 5-year anniversary episode because the 5 years was what 3 weeks ago on March 5th. So 5-year anniversary podcast. I have a special powerful gift for you guys for the 5-year anniversary and to celebrate. I'm going to give you guys a powerful gift that I use to do consulting for companies and sales teams and people that run masterminds, coaches, and I call the 7-figure success. Word patterns that connect and that convert. It's a part 1 of a 7 series. This is a free, priceless gift. All you have to do, guys, go to getonmorestages.com. In that site, you're going to see a button there for a free gift. That free gift is a 7-figure success. It's in an ebook, PDF, short form that you can read it, master that. Because I promise you, once you start understanding how to bypass the conscious mind, that conscious mind is the shield. The conscious mind is the one that when you are talking to your ideal avatar, to your ideal clients, to people that are going to open up the wallets to handle you cash, to mentor them. The conscious are saying yes, no, maybe, multiple times. It's judging. It's confused. A confused mind doesn't buy. Stop talking about your products or your service bullet points. Products or service descriptions don't sell. What your product will do for them, that's when the magic starts. When you bypass that conscious and you get into that subconscious, the non-conscious part of the brain can only say 3 powerful letters, which is yes. Yes to you. Yes to paying you to speak on a stage. Yes to paying you your 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever is that you charge. And this gift is going to open up your mind. It's going to really get you to think and plan. So when you put your content out, when you are speaking on the stage, when you're doing a Zoom, a live, you're networking, you're really thinking differently when putting your content out there in the marketplace. So when companies and event organizers, they look you up, they're going to be like, wow, this person has a powerful social media. That is a synchronicity. That is a flow from your word patterns, your titles, the keys to your speech engagements. What are your 3 takeaways? Your banners. It's a connection among it all. And your social media is your resume. So I want you guys to really enjoy this gift. GetOnMoreStages.com. There are a lot of great stuff on that page. You can see me there, Chris there, our bios. You're going to see that free gift. If you guys want to learn more about getting paid to speak in the big stages, we always welcome people to apply. That is a little questionnaire that you got to pass it through. And for the ones that go through that questionnaire, if we see a fit, we'll get on a special private Zoom and we will talk. And like I say, we love helping others. We love helping and doing scholarships for people that are out there. They have a message. They love helping others. Chris and I, we help a lot of nonprofits around the world. And Chris, I want to end this show with a powerful question that I ask everybody. And it's 100 years from now, and it's your eulogy. And your best friend, the people that you love the most, whether your kids, your friends, they're going to be reading that. And we're all going to be there. If I happen to be there, I'm a few years younger than you. Be there smoking a cigar, drinking some whiskey, and listening to some AC/DC or Metallica or Guns N' Roses or Nirvana. And they're going to read, Christopher Salem was ... In your own words, who was Christopher Salem?
Well, Christopher Salem is a man that has his flaws, has his weaknesses, but was never afraid to admit it and to put out what his strengths were. And he was a type of guy that always led by example, led from his core values, and strived to give without expectation, from empathy and kindness, not from pleasing and enabling, Never forgetting to receive without resistance, knowing that you can never truly help and create impact for others when you're giving from an empty cup. But when you can learn to receive without resistance to the things that will fill your cup in a healthy, productive way, you can give more freely from empathy and kindness to empower people through your example and your resourcefulness to do the same. It was my in my lifetime the goal to always be better than I was yesterday, not the best, and to inspire people to step up, to embrace the uncomfortableness of taking on the challenges that they originally thought they could not handle, and to become everything they've never imagined.
Wow.
That's the man I want to be remembered as, and to leave a legacy for our youth to become future leaders in our world, in our families, and in business alike.
Wow. Even my older computers are talking. That's how fired up that was. Wow, my friend. God bless you, my brother, for everything that you do. And it's an honor, for us to do what we've been doing this past couple of months, helping so many people. And the past 10 plus years that we share so many stages. And, the mission. I want to end hunger. I want to end poverty, sex trafficking, organ trafficking. By myself, I can't. It's by being in alignment with leaders like you and some of our friends and some of the people in our board, and helping and elevating, raising the standard of education in our niches, in helping others. And just very, very excited for the show. It was long due, incredible episodes to celebrate the 5-year anniversary of the Carlos Inspire Show with Christopher Salem. You guys can look it up. This brother here on LinkedIn is out there putting massive, massive value always. And one thing that I love about Chris, like myself, if you guys go into his endorsements and you look at the testimonials that we have on both of our LinkedIns and the people that we have helped with the speaker influencer program, is incredible. At the end of the day, a lot of people talk, but like I always challenge people, if you are so great, show me, don't tell me your dreams. If you are so great, document the process, help others, leave them in a better place. Even if they cannot afford you, find ways to scholarship them in and help them. Give it all you got. Be the one that adds the most value to others out there, and watch the magic happen. You don't have to ask for money. They will come to you. You will flip the convoluted sales funnel process. And as I always like to end this show with my favorite quotes that my grandma and I always talk about. Life is all about the mission, never the commission. And the days that breaks us, my friend. Anybody there that's stressing, suffering from the imposter syndrome, not thinking that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you've been disappointed, that you've been cheated, that you lost something, that maybe something horrible happened to you and your family, in your town, in your city. Remind yourself that the days that breaks us are truly the days that makes us. God bless you guys. Appreciate you, Brother Chris. See you guys out there. Have a blessed day, everyone.